Vice President Mike Pence says the U.S. has negotiated a ceasefire with Turkey in northern Syria.
The deal comes as the White House makes a major admission in the Ukraine scandal. CBS 2's Jessica Layton has more on that and some breaking news tonight. Jessica.
Maurice and Christine, another staff shakeup at the White House just moments ago. Energy Secretary Rick Perry resigned. This resignation appears to be directly related to the administration's push for the Ukrainian government to investigate the Bidens. There are reports tonight that President Trump told House Republicans that it was Perry who urged him to take that call in July with the president of Ukraine, a call that, of course, became the focal point of this impeachment inquiry. All this says there are major developments in negotiations between the U.S. and Turkey today.
Thank you.
The high-stakes 5-hour tense talks between Vice President Mike Pence and President Erdogan of Turkey were capped off with a handshake after the U.S. urged Turkish forces to stand down in Syria.
Today, the United States and Turkey have agreed to a ceasefire in Syria. The Turkish side will pause Operation Peace Spring in order to allow for the withdrawal of YPG forces from the safe zone for 120 hours.
YPG forces are the Kurdish fighters. The agreement follows a week-long assault in northern Syria. The Turkish invasion happening after President Trump pulled U.S. troops out of the area last weekend.
I took a lot of heat from a lot of people, even some of the people in my own party.
Today, the president praised his VP on making the deal.
We have a 5-day ceasefire. During that 5 days, the Kurds and other people they're going to be taken great care of. They're going to be moving around, moving out of a safe zone, which is something that Turkey has always wanted.
Meanwhile, at the White House, a revelation in a rare news conference by President Trump's acting chief of staff when he was asked if the demand for an investigation into Democrats was part of the reason the president ordered to withhold funding from Ukraine.
And I have news for everybody. Get over it. There's going to be political influence in foreign policy. Elections do have consequences, and they should, and your foreign policy is going to change. Obama did it in one way, we're doing it a different way, and there's no problem with that.
Mick Mulvaney then denied that any investigation into Joe Biden and his son was one of the reasons for freezing military aid. He also defended the decision to hold next year's Group of Seven summit at President Trump's golf resort in Miami. Mulvaney was asked whether the president would make any profits on the event.
I get the criticisms, so does he. Face it, he'd be criticized regardless of what he chose to do. But no, there's no issue here on him profiting from this in any way, shape, or form.
On the impeachment, it's also worth pointing out tonight that lawmakers from this area now chair 3 of the committees that are directly involved in the impeachment process. After the death of Elijah Cummings, Carolyn Maloney of New York is now the acting chairperson of the House Oversight Committee. Elliot Engel of the Bronx chairs the House Foreign Affairs Committee. And Jerry Nadler, who represents parts of Manhattan and Brooklyn, is head of the House Judiciary Committee. Live in the newsroom, Jessica Layton, CBS 2 News.